in the dads as anti-trans legislation and hostility escalate in the United States. A group of dads building a nascent movement to support their trans and gender expensive kids are forced to make an impossible choice: stay and fight or flee the country. The Dads is directed by Lucina Fisher, and she has previously directed the documentary Mama Gloria and co-directed Locked Out. And The Dads is an extension of her own short film from 2023, which you can watch on Netflix now. And The Dads just debuted at the 2026 South by Southwest Film Festival. The Dads is a very stark contrast between the original short film, The Dads, which is on Netflix. That film was much more hopeful and much more upbeat. But this film is set during when Trump is in his election campaign to become his president for the second time, and there's a lot of negativity, a lot of trepidation, and a lot of fear in the anti-trans community in the United States. And this film is only 1 hour and 10 minutes once the credits come up, but it managed to pack in a lot of content, a lot of themes, a lot of interesting ideas and questions that are raised throughout this film. It manages to raise in such a short time. We meet a whole group of dads. They meet, I'm not sure, every year or several times a year, and they get together and they just relate and talk about their problems in everyday lives and about their children, and they just get together and do camping and hunting and just a lot of dad things that just kind of like to get out from the stress of everyday life. And we meet all these dads and their children and their family life, and they all talk about the history of their views on anti-trans and how their kids came out to them and how they're supportive to their children. And then in this film, once Trump and Harris, they get into the election campaign and they talk about their views on anti-trans and children who are growing up anti-trans and medical conditions and stuff like that, then the fear and the tension in the air that everybody fears, and all the dads in this film and all the children in this film, they give their viewpoints of what they're feeling, and in the final act of the film, it really, once Trump is elected president, and it really comes together where all these families in this film, they have to either stay and fight, they have to kind of like play by ear, just see how it goes. But some people, they start organizing to move. Some people move to Canada, and we find out at the end of the film that we get a whole blurb of what every family in this film end up doing. Some people end up moving to Australia, some people in Mississippi move to Canada, some people are in the process of moving to Canada, and for them it's such an emotional time for them, because they have done nothing wrong. They've just been there for their children and just try to raise their children as the best they can. They all seem like loving families, and as one of the dads says himself, like he fought for, he was in the Navy Reserves. He fought for his country, and now he has to leave his country. He feels like he's been deceived by his own country, even though he says he's trying to raise his kid. So this film doesn't really end on a hopeful note, but hopefully we get like a sequel to this film in about 2 or 3 years, when hopefully the situation is a lot better in the United States, and anti-trans laws have like kind of reversed back to what they were before, and hopefully we get a better outcome in the future. But hopefully this film will raise a lot of issues and get people talking about this, and as I said before, hopefully we get a follow-up to this film where things are a lot better for everybody involved. I give The Dads 3.5 stars out of 5. I highly recommend checking out this film. It's short and sweet. It packs a lot of information and a lot of themes into such a short running time, and it really does raise a lot of questions and themes in this film, and it's quite frightening and very topical, and hopefully it raises a lot of questions. Hopefully we get a follow-up to this film, and hopefully it doesn't really end on a hopeful note, but that said, I still definitely recommend checking out this film. We know a lot of interesting people in this film, and a lot of loving families who are just trying to do the best for families and for the kids in this film. So I definitely recommend checking out this film, The Dads. Thanks for watching. What did you think of The Dads? Please comment below what you thought of the film. See you next time. Bye.